Okay, so if you're running any kind of business online, you need to understand what an API is and how they can be of use.
Now, first off, an API stands for Application Programming Interface. And that will mean nothing to you, so you can just forget that definition. But let's talk about what it actually does. And this image is accurate. So in most cases, you have some type of application, it makes a request to an API, and behind the scenes, that API accesses databases and other services to form a response and return them back to the application. Now, that may all be confusing and it's incredibly high level, so let's go through an example. Now, first, we are going to talk about what an API is not. It is not an interface for humans to use. So this is our platform, Stammer AI, and this is our chatbot interface. So we can ask it things like, what is an API? And then I, as a human, will hit this button and get a response from the chatbot. But what if I were a machine? And of course, if we wanted a machine to talk to this agent, we wouldn't write a script that goes through here and types this out character by character and then somehow moves the mouse in order to hit the send button. What would we do? Well, we would create an API, and we have actually done that. So let me show you. Now, this is a very cool tool that we are going to use for this example. It's called RecBin. It allows us to send and receive what are called HTTP requests. The most important thing is this string here. It's called the URL. This is the internet address, so to speak, of the Stammer API. Now, specifically, the endpoint that we are hitting up is the messaging endpoint. I'm in the body area here, and we are actually sending what's called JSON data. That's what this is right here. JSON is a very popular structured data format that most APIs use. Now, we are sending some specific variables here to this API. We are sending a chatbot UUID that will identify to the system exactly what chatbot this is for. We are then sending a query here, which is the question that we want to ask it. Now what I'm going to do is click on send. The API will respond. We've got JSON returned to us. And we also have the answer here. It says, all right, my dude, let's break it down in API or application programming interface, blah, blah, blah. But I think you get the point here. So an API is simply an interface for machines of some kind to talk to a system. They send cleanly structured data in, and then they get cleanly structured data out.